Okay, so if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you're familiar with the DWave quantum computer. And you realize that I've done hours and hours and hours on the DWave quantum computer with some of the most knowledgeable people on this subject. And we've all come to the consensus that the DWave was created by 𝗥𝗲𝗺𝗶𝗱𝗏. 𝗥𝗲𝗺𝗏 was the money guy behind it, okay? This is the guy that put up all the cash. Everything about DWave is proprietary, meaning they do it all themselves. They do it all in-house. There's no outside vendors involved in this. When they originally started building this bad boy right here, they hired some of the best computer guys in the world, and they ended up letting them all go because they started doing... The reason they had to do that was because the DWave isn't a traditional computer in any way whatsoever at all, which is why all the top computer guys in the world were let go. These guys aren't trying to build a processor that figures things out, that has memory, that has RAM, that runs on hard drives, all that stuff. They're literally making something that can reach into other dimensions by their own words. I'm not even going to put it in this video because I've done it ad nauseum. These guys are reaching into other dimensions and getting instruction. This is a Ouija board on steroids. Literally, all this thing does is communicate with the other side, period. That's it. That's its job. That's why it's kept electromagnetically protected. That's why it's kept colder than outer space, allegedly. That's why it runs like no other computer ever. They show diagrams of it taking a question, and it shows where it's getting the answer. This is their own video, sending a problem to the quantum computer. Okay, so here comes the problem. See, the problem comes in. You ask it a question, and watch. They show you if you watch and look. Watch where it gets the answer. There goes the question. It goes into the DWave, and then it goes... Yep, it just draws the problem out of the ether. Did you see that? There you go. It just sucks it right out of the ether. So if it's not getting its information from a storage system or from a library or from being daisy-chained with a bunch of other supercomputers, it's simply pulling it out of the air, out of the other side. It's no big deal. These guys have talked about it a zillion. Well, what many people don't know, and I showed you this quite a while ago and nobody seemed all that interested, is 𝗥𝗲𝗺𝗏, the money guy behind DWave, also has a website called Kindred, kindred.ai.com. And last time I showed you Kindred, this was the story. This was the main story on their website. Kindred's founder says robot takeover is coming. And it's not satire. It's not a joke. It's not fooling around. There it is. If you can find this website and you can read this, you'll be informed. This isn't Richie from Boston making up, oh my God, the robot takeover is coming. The creator of DWave, 𝗥𝗲𝗺𝗏, right there, owns this website, and this is what he says. Okay, that's old news. I already told you about that quite a while ago. But here's the next little piece I just found today. Suzanne Gildert on Kindred AI, non-biological sentiences are on the horizon, which means they're already here, and we already knew that. This lady blathers on for an hour and 40 minutes. And all it's basically saying is we're building computers that are going to outthink us, outsmart us, and outdo us in pretty much every single possible way there is. And that's just a fact. That's all there is to it. It's not me guessing. It's not supposition. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy. These people are smart enough to develop these systems, but they're not smart enough to stop them before they're unstoppable. And why do I say that? Because they say that. And they say it over and over and over and all the time. They're telling us, especially Elon Musk, their little superhero movie star guy, they're telling us in order to compete with these things, because they're going to get so out of hand, you'll have to get a neural lace implant. I told you about this almost a year ago. And they tell you all the time, it isn't a secret, but most people just don't care. They just don't care. Well, you're going to care when your job is completely outsourced to a computer. You're going to care when a really smart one of these walks up to your house or comes walking out of the woods. Enhanced, of course, with artificial intelligence. So this thing will be bigger, stronger, faster, and incredibly smarter than you. And how are you going to, we'll shoot that. I bet you. Let me guess. Let me tell you what. You've seen my Jeep, right? If I built these things, this is Kevlar. Buckshot's not going to stop this guy. You see what I'm saying? And anything that could stop it would be based on electronics, and they could circumvent that with a simple electromagnetic pulse. Don't think they can? Watch this. This is a video I did back in October warning about these things. Why is it that Boeing is in a race to build electromagnetic pulse weapons? So they don't have to set off a nuke to get the electromagnetic pulse effect and knock out all the battery-powered, all the things that run on circuitry, which are everything. They have one that's reusable. So we can just fly over and go zap, 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 specific targets all the while. These bad boys keep on marching right towards you. Well, those are electronic. That would get knocked out too. Do you know what a hardened target is? It's something that's prepared. They can build these so that the EMP doesn't affect them. You see what I'm saying? It's getting scary and no one even cares. I put up a video about Kim Kardashian's ass. Not that I ever have, but if I did, it gets way more views than something like this. This is old technology you're looking at right here. When they start talking about things publicly, it means it's already been done for a long time. You see what I'm saying? Now, we were pretty much warned this was coming, but in the days that they wrote this stuff, I don't think they could figure out how to say robots. They said with wings and face like a man and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? They did their best to describe this stuff. And I'm pretty sure this is what they were talking. And I'm pretty sure this is what they were talking about. And I'm pretty sure this is what they were talking about. So enjoy life right now because things are going to change exponentially. Look at every generation. Look at your kids, your grandkids. People aren't smarter, stronger, and better than they used to be. Back in the old days, people took care of business. They wouldn't let shit like this get out of hand as bad as it has. But now, what are you going to do? I'm only one person. Oh, these people, yeah, what am I going to do? Oh, they're desecrating my church. Yeah, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? It's out of hand and it's coming. And these guys are building. They're building an enormous net, a worldwide web, if you will, all around us. At any rate, I'll leave links in the description. Richie from Boston. I'm out.